In this video, I'm going to discuss why thinking about the how of manifestation is actually hampering you and really stopping manifestation to come to fruition. This is Rohit. I've been studying about law of attraction and manifestation for years now, and my goal with this channel to help people expand their awareness and help them create that dream reality, that dream life that they're looking for. This is a very common recurring problem, and I was stuck there for almost a year. And I would always think, okay, this is gonna happen in this way, this certain way, or it is the only way it will happen. And if I want to get something, if I want to earn an extra $1,000 a month, extra $500 a month, the job is the only way I'm going to get it, and all these kinds of limiting beliefs always circling in my head all the time. And I was like, why is that thing happening? Why is it that this thing keeps happening again and again, and I keep having the same kind of things, and I never really fully manifest, or if I manifest, it takes a really long time, or it's not exactly what I manifested, right? So sometimes you might want to manifest earning an extra $1,000 a month, but you start making like $200, $300 a month, but it never goes to 1,000, or it's always stuck there. It never goes up. So this is where the concept of dropping the seed comes in Neville Goddard, because everything is awareness, right? So awareness is basically the all-encompassing what would you call, like, an entity. Like, so awareness is like all-encompassing entity, and everything is within awareness, right? So our thoughts, our beliefs, our any imaginal acts, everything is within awareness, and through this awareness is how we implant the seed. Now, what keeps happening is, if you don't drop the seed, if you imagine, let's say, I want to earn an extra $1,000 a month, and I'm always thinking, oh, it's going to come from my job, or it's going to come from another job I get, or it's going to come from a freelance, whatever. Like, I'm being very logical and thinking of certain X, Y, Z principles, and thinking, I will only get these things from these things. And I'm stuck in that loop, and I keep thinking about these things, and I keep repeating those ideas, those actions. And what keeps happening is I'm stuck more and more in there. So what keeps happening is I'm stuck more and more into this perpetual cycle, which never really ends, right? It's always like I am getting closer to $1,000, but I never get there. I mean, if I'm halfway there, if it's inconsistent, sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not there. So all these kind of issues were happening. Now, and I told my friend, I made a subconscious tape of I'm earning extra $1,000 a month from my, I think I said, from my side hustle or my hustle, something like that, and kept repeating that. And I was doing it for months, not just 1 month. I was doing it for over 3, 4, 5 months, and it kept happening, and I kept repeating that thing. It kept happening again and again. Kept repeating it, and it was getting to a point where, honestly, I was like getting tired of it. Like, I'm not getting any results, and I keep repeating this conscious thing. And there were some times when I felt like, okay, I've had enough of this, but I need to still do it. Like that mindset of like Gary Vaynerchuk or Grant Cardone: keep pushing, keep going hard, 10x everything, work till you drop dead or something like that. Like, going really, really hard. So it was like in my mind, okay, I'm gonna work hard, and I'm also gonna meditate or visualize or do subconscious tapes hard, so I get the results. But what actually was happening is, so I have this idea, right? It is in let's say a subconscious, like a pawn. So I have this idea, and I basically drop the seed, the idea, into the subconscious, which is a big lake. It drops it, and it has to go all the way to the bottom, and then reach there, and then manifest, right? But if I keep dropping the seeds one after, okay, again replaying the tape, again, the seed actually never goes all the way to the bottom. It's like, drop the seed, it goes a little way, then I pick it up, then I drop it again, then I pick it up, and I drop it again, and I pick it up, and I drop it again. So the seed is never really planted. And you see, this is a very common question I also had with when I was studying on manifesting and I was working with a coach. And she said, like, um, she asked us a question in a group call or something. She's like, who's had trouble manifesting big things? A bunch of us raised our hands. And she said, who's able to manifest small things very easily? And then a bunch of us, similar people raised their hands. And sorry, excuse me. So similar people raised their hands, and it was a very interesting thing to observe because it was not just the people who were the ones who were like lightly thinking about manifesting, lightly tampering with it. These were the people who were like really serious, bought in a course, taking a coaching call, doing all the exercises, everything, and they were not getting results. And then she read something out from Neville's lectures. Is like, once you reach to a point of saturation, you repeat that scene again and again. And once you repeat to a point of saturation, then you just let it go. Then you drop the scene. Okay, if you have visualized something happening again, and it's really, you add your tones of reality again, and you feel like you have reached a limit of saturation, you cannot add any more tones of reality. You can't add any more sensory vividness to the scene or to your tape or anything, right? Or your scripting or your image you visualize in your mind. If you cannot add anything and you feel like a sense of saturation, it's like, okay, I've had enough, I've done this enough times. That is the point where we need to drop the scene and we need to let it go. We need to really let it go. We need to just drop the scene and let it go. And let it go on its own journey. So every manifestation has its own gestation period. And the thing is, the ones we let go of the easiest, the ones we don't think about it again and again, those things manifest the easiest. So let's say, I got this idea from another YouTuber, Joseph Ala, and he talks about the idea of listing. And I have done scripting in the past, but I never thought about like listing simple things. Why this listing simple things is powerful is because when we list these very simple things, we don't really overthink about them, right? Let's say I'm going to say I receive a free cup of coffee, okay, or somebody congratulated me, or somebody complimented me on my clothes, or I found $10 lying around, or I receive a free coupon, or I receive a free ride, or I receive a free food or free drink or something. That thing kept happening with the least resistance, with the least problems. Those things happen like very fast, very quick, sometimes the very next day, sometimes within the week. It hardly ever took over a month for these things to manifest. And sometimes I even lost track of it. I keep like a notebook and I write all these things down. Here you can see that I've written a bunch of it and I keep writing it so that I can always come back and have a look at it. But the funniest thing is, these things which are really let go and I drop the scene, just imagine very quickly and drop the scene. These are the things which manifest most easily, right? We have the least problems manifesting these small things. And when it comes to other things, we have a lot more issues, a lot more problems trying to manifest these more difficult things. So that is the issue I had, right? That is the problem I had. And I was thinking, okay, I can keep doing this, or I need to find an efficient way of actually getting results. So what I started doing is, I would play my subconscious state, really get into it, really try to get into like a state akin to sleep, do it over and over and again. And by like the 16th or 17th day, I felt like I'm super saturated. I don't want to listen to the tape anymore. I did it a few times anyway, and then I stopped listening to the tape. And after 3-4 days, I was again felt like listening to the tape, and I started listening to it again. I did it a couple of times, few times, and I again felt like the sense of saturation. I did for 4 or 5 days in a row, and then I dropped it again. And the second time, like my mind and the inner being was telling me that you have done it enough. It's impressed into the subconscious. You can just let it go, and I just let it go, and that thing manifested within a month. And it wasn't a small thing. It was a trip during COVID, almost seemingly impossible with so many approvals and so many hassles I had to go through, but it manifested, right? It happened, and all the things worked out. So that was what was great about this thing. So that's why I tell all my clients, all the people who are into manifesting, is yes, you do it, but if you feel like you have reached to a point of saturation, you have added on your tones of reality, your senses, everything, and the same the same thing is still in your mind, you need to let it go. You need to do it a few times, and then you need to drop it, you need to let it go, and then you will see how fast that thing will manifest. So that's all I wanted to share in this video. I hope you really like this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so that more people can watch this video. This video can reach more people. And until then, I wish you great success in your manifesting journey, and have a fantastic day. Take care.